Now, if you're like me, sometimes you get the thought of the sheer destruction that would incur if your aquariums exploded. But if you're also like me, immediately after that thought, you think, how freaking cool would it be to watch that? Well, today, none of that's gonna happen, but something's gonna happen, and it might just happen now. What is happening, YouTube? Welcome to this room with aquariums and fish. What should we call it? How about a fish room? I'm gonna be completely honest. I was terrified that you guys wouldn't be here today. But the amazing part of this whole YouTube scenario is that if you hear me saying this, that automatically means that you are here. So my fears might be unfounded. Today, we're gonna be doing some stuff. There's a child in here. How did you get in here, child? Stuck in through the back door. Next step is to figure out who the heck installed the back door. In our video today, we are going to go over the thing that makes this room not a room full of box waters, but a fish room. We're going to talk and show the fish. As you guys know, I spend a lot of these times in these videos. There's a child in the background saying fish. Where are they? Let's be honest, I spend a lot of time talking and not enough time showing you guys some freaking fish. So today, we're gonna hopefully minimize the talking. Not completely, because you guys know how I work, and the fact that my mouth likes to say words, and to impede that would be travesty. But maybe minimize the amount of words I say and maximize the amount of fish that you see, because there's some pretty cool fish in here that sometimes I may not show you enough, and it's a crime. Gotta work on stuff. Now, before we get to anything, I want to take this time to shamelessly plug my Instagram. Make sure you run over there, follow us on Instagram. I figured while I had the innocence of a baby in here, I could shamelessly plug the Instagram. Go over there and follow that guy. Cichlids. He posts pictures, he posts video clips. What else do you do on Instagram? Do it. So what do you guys think? Should we start with some of the newer fish or the older fish? For me, I don't care, but I'm gonna make a decision because honestly, I don't know what you're saying right now. I can pretend like, oh, the newer fish? Really, I don't know what's going on. That's a little tip right there. When people do that, they don't know what's going on. I think it's only apropos to start with the resident senior in the fish room. His name is Ogalicious. Now behind me, you might notice that there is a very angry fish. His name is Hulk. He is an Amphilophus Hogaboom F1, which means his parents were caught from the wild. I've had him from like October of 2011. To get a scope in this, I've had my kid less time than I've had this fish. Kind of weird to think about, but it's true. When I got him back in October of 2011, he was probably only about this big. Now he is the size of a football, probably in the neighborhood of approaching about 14 inches or so. And with how big and mature this fish is, he's honestly not going to grow a whole lot more. So this is about as big as Hulk's ever going to get. So without further ado, I will stop talking. Enjoy. So we started with the oldest fish in the fish room, and now we're going to go to the largest fish in the fish room. His name is Azul. Now Azul is what we call a blue freckled monster, also known as zombie, more importantly known as a Cacataea umbriferum, and these guys get freaking large. Hulk may be older than Azul, but Azul is a fish that grows much larger. These guys can grow upwards of 2 feet long. So what does that mean? Azul's like 15, 16 inches now. That means he's still got some growing to do, and he's not full size yet. To be honest, it's freaking terrifying. Now, Hulk was F1, meaning his parents were wild caught. Azul is a little bit different story. He's one step closer to wild caught because he was caught in the wild. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Azul. And that, my friends, is Azul. He's big, he's beastly, but guess what? He's only gonna get bigger. Next. Now that you guys have seen Azul, I think it's only appropriate to maybe move on to another form of umbi. Now, Azul is what you would call a Rio Magdalena umbriferum, a blue freckled monster, the normal umbi you would see in the hobby. I think somebody's spying on us. Did you see it? In our 135, we have another type of umbi, a gorillas umbi. That would be that fish, this fish, and also that fish. Now, umbis like Azul in his form, Rio Magdalena type umbis have been in the hobby for a long time. Gorillas umbis have not been in the hobby super long. These guys have exploded into the hobby when somebody went down, collected a few adult, brought them back, started breeding them, and gorillas umbis are honestly now everywhere. That's one amazing thing about this hobby is that somebody can go down to South America, catch a fish nobody's ever seen before, bring them back, spawn them, and then have them available in the entire United States and flood the hobby with these fish. So a fish that 6 months ago didn't exist is everywhere, just like that. To be honest, someday I want to be one of those guys that goes and does some of that stuff and gets you guys some awesome fish. Even though these guys may be a lot smaller than Azul, basically because they're a lot younger, they are still umbi, so they still get very big. So even though I've got them in a 135 right now, as they grow bigger, they're going to need a much larger tank because we're talking about fish, like I said, 20 inches plus. Big monster beast. And now for the gorillas. With the South American theme of the last two species of fish I've showed you, we're going to move on to the Cacatea spectabilis. That would be Mr. Spike and Miss Spectra. I said it correctly this time. And they are over here. Like I said, Cacatea spectabilis, they are a cousin to the umbi. These are a fish that don't get as large as the umbi or as blue. I don't even know how long I've had these fish. It might be 10 years, it might be 20 years, it might be like 10 months or so. And they are absolutely gorgeous. I love them, and I just want to show them to you guys. Next fish. Now, Mr. Chancho and Mr. Argentia, I'm really not 100% sure, I just call them Mr. until I actually find out for sure, are doing fan-freaking-tastic. They eat a lot, they're growing fast, and they swim a lot. Pretty sure if you were to make a fish Olympics, they would be gold medalists in all the categories, because it's pretty much all the categories that fish needs to do. Now, if you see a resemblance between the Chancho and Mr. Hulk over there, there's a reason that. Like the umbis and the specks are related, they're like cousins. They're all kind of related in a way anyways, but, you know. The Chancho and the Hogaboomerum are cousins as well. They're in the same family. We like to call that Amphilophus. Again, enough of me talking. Enjoy the fish. And that is basically everybody in the fish room. I think what we're going to do next is maybe some time lapse of some fish. I don't know exactly what's going to happen because it hasn't happened yet, but we're going to do some time lapse, so stay tuned. Just enjoy. Everybody, this is the time where I say words that lead to the fact that another video is coming because this video is ending. But don't get mad because there's a bunch of other videos, so if you really want to watch more videos, just go to my other videos and watch some more videos. But in terms of this video, we are done. I want to thank you so much for the continuous support and love and views and clickety-click-clacks on that subscribe button. You guys are freaking amazing, and here's the word for it. I'm gonna let you guys out of here with a piece of advice that I still have not thought of till right now. A piece of advice today is if you're gonna ride your bike and ski at the same time, make sure that you're either on a road or that there's snow. I don't know what's gonna happen otherwise. And for all of you awesome people who actually stayed all the way till now, which is the end, our code word for the day going to be paper towels. So put paper towels in the comments. We will see you guys next time. Deuces.